A very good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Neha Dubey, Assistant Professor at Sagar Institute of Research Technology, Bhopal, in the Department of MBA. Today, I'm going to discuss the one of the topic of MCP, that is Management Concept and Practices subject. Overview of management and concepts I'm going to discuss in today's lecture. Let's start with the lecture. The concept of a management. Here are the two basically concepts are famous, that is traditional concept and the modern concept. Traditional concept is management is the art of getting things done through others. It is given by the Mary Parker Follett. Management consists of getting things done through others. A manager is the one who accomplishes organizational objectives by directing the efforts of others. Means the manager is the person who are getting done the things but from the others and giving the directions to them. The modern concept is the management is establishing an effective environment for people operating in the formal organizational group. It is given by the Kuhns and the Hoptenel. Management is the coordination of all the resources through the process of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling in order to attain the stated objectives. Here, a very simple difference is lying between the traditional and the modern concept. What was that? In traditional concept, the employee or the worker are treated as a machine, whereas in the modern concept, they all treated as a team. Here, the requirement of in the coordination between the team with the proper organization, directions, and as well as there is a requirement of a controlling by the manager. So this is the basic difference between the traditional and the modern concept. Now the definition of we already look at this, that Harold Kuhns has given the art of management is the art of getting things done through and with the people in a formally organized groups, and Henry Fayol given the definition in other manner. To manage is to forecast and to plan, to organize, to command, to coordinate, and to control. Now the five functions of management are there: the planning, staffing, organizing, directing, and controlling. The first one is a planning. For doing the things in the organization, there is a requirement of a perfect planning or perfect roadmap, because we have means in an organization, the employees have to achieve the organizational objectives. But for achieving these objectives, there is a requirement of a systematized plan, which are created or developed by the top management or manager. Staffing is what? For achieving those objectives who are going to execute. So the performer or the team who are going to perform for achieving the organizational objective, this comes into picture. Staffing means the specialized persons are selected and the work is allocated as per their expertise thing or knowledge, so that the work can be coordinated properly and done in a successful manner. Organizes, Organizing is again related to that. Here, the proper or distribution of allocation of resources so that the organizational objectives are achieved in a very sophisticated or smooth manner in a for running the successful future of the organization. Now, direction or directing is what? The manager are here for giving the direction. Means suppose we have a team, we have to perform some task. So there is a team and the manager or the leader who is going to lead that team. So they planned a roadmap or strategized the thing for achieving these objectives. Then they selected certain members and allocate the work as per their expertise knowledge. And of course, what are the resources they require so that they can also be provided. Now, the direction is also required, because without the direction or the guidance, the team is not going to be properly coordinated. If the team faces or the person is faces some problem, so the manager or the leader has the capability to resolve them or guide them for sorted out that problem. Now the controlling measures is always required, because if the controlling is absent in this process, so at the end it may occur the failure of that achievement of objectives. But with the help of a controlling, they can be resolved at that particular moment, so the end result can be get in a very finished way. So this is the planning, staffing, organizing and directing, controlling the functions of management. Now the labels of management. You can see here the three labels can be visualized in the picture in a pyramidal form. So the label of a management determines a chain of command, the amount of authority and status enjoyed by any managerial position. The labels of management can be classified in three broad categories: the top, middle and the lower one. The top level management consists of the executive, coaching, change management, leadership, delegation, and empowerment. Here, the topmost persons or the top people or top management involved in this category, like the board of directors, the CEO, the MD, or many more. They are executing, means they strategize or they plan the strategies for accomplishing the organizational objectives. They actually decided the objectives of the organization and make the strategies so that they can disseminate or they can allocate to the lower employees or lower categories so that they can execute in a proper way. Now comes into the middle level management. They are consist of the general manager, branch managers, and their employees or their team. They actually going to execute or they design the things, like they problem solve. This comes into the picture: the problem solving, team building, talent development, performance management, etc. And third category is consist of the lower level, where the emotional intelligence and the coaching for performance, etc. are involved. Means a top level management, the top order means the board of director to an MD and CEO may be involved. They make the policies, they make the they sorted out the business problems, they planned the actually activities. Middle level management, they disseminate information to the middle level order, where the branch manager or the general managers are designated, so that they can understand what the top management wants to achieve for their organization by the employees. Now they can understand and they allocate as per their team or as per their employees, and they again they convert that top management information in these means understandable language to the lower level management. Lower level consists of the actually performers or the workers or the employees who are going to perform or execute the planning of the top management. So the middle level management disseminate the information in understandable language so that they can execute their work in a proper manner. Of course, they need the motivation, they need the supervision, they need the performance appraisal, etc. So after the completion of work, they again disseminate or they submit the report to the middle level management. Middle level management compile the report from the lower level management and their same level or the middle level, and it compiled together and circulate, or this means they submit it to the top level management in this order. Means the information top to bottom and the report lower to bottom to top level as going on. Now the skills of management. Skills of management is three skills are basically taken in the management. That is the technical skill, human or interpersonal skills, and conceptual skill. Technical skill is the ability to apply specialized knowledge, means skill needed to boost sales, design different types of product and services, and market of that product or services, like computer and digital literacy or technical writing, etc. Means technicality. Now interpersonal, we can the skills which are helpful for developing the relationship or maintain the relationship, ability to interact or effectively communicate message to the other people. So these skills enable the managers to make use of human potential in the company and motivate employees for the better results. Now the conceptual skills is the mental ability to analyze and diagnose the complex situations. Here are the three objectives basically famous, that is the organizational, personal and the social objectives. Organizational objective is mainly focused on the survival of the organization, profit of the organization and growth of the organization. Now the personal objective is consisted of the financial, the social or the higher level needs. Financial stability, the personal one required. The social gathering or means the social interaction or higher level need means they can fulfill or they can get the promotions or growth in the organization and at individual level. Now social objective is consist of the growth opportunities and eco-friendly production. Why it is required? Growth opportunity for expansion purpose or eco-friendly production, because if environment or ecosystem is healthy, so definitely it will be good for us and for the organization as well. Now the process of management, it is basically we studied the 5 functions of management, but for doing the 5 functions of management there is some requirement of input and that convert into the output. So input is a main material, machine, methods, money and market. There are the 6 M's which are input in the organization, and with the help of 5 functions of management it can be converted into the end result objective, that is the goods and services desired by the customer. So this is the basically process of management. I hope it is clear to everyone. So this is all from my side in today's session, and we will continue in the further lectures. Till now, stay happy and stay healthy, and thank you for the lecture.